What's up, streamers? So, ANTIFA strikes again, and it's at Berkeley again. It was earlier today. I guess they were having some type of not a free speech, but like some type of peace rally. They had some Trump supporters there. Wasn't a huge turnout on the right side, but it was a huge turnout. It seemed to be from the far lunatic left side, mainly Antifa. And what do you know? There's chaos and ruckus, and riots going on, and they're beating the hell out of Trump supporters and actually anybody that seems to oppose their view, which is starting to get kind of hazy now. It's no longer just they're going to fight the Nazis, which I'll get on that later, but they're going to fight anyone that's for the United States. If you're for the flag, if you're for America, they don't seem to like you. There were some people that weren't really Trump supporters and actually despised Trump, but wants the violence to stop, and they decided that, their head was a good fit for their billy club. And it's really getting repulsive. It's getting sick. I kind of want to lash out and yell at them, call them all pussies. Because at the end of the day, it does seem that way. Because it takes like a mob of people to beat up like one or two. You're not real tough if that's what you need. If you need a group of people to beat up one person or two people, you're not real strong, are you? But it's getting pretty serious. We need to really pay some attention to this. I know a lot of people that not an echo chamber, but a lot of people that probably watch feel the same way. But the other people that are in the center maybe still watch the mainstream media. Antifa's not getting the correct promotion. They're getting kind of glorified as the good guys in this battle, and anybody who supports Trump is a Nazi. And that's really where I want to take this conversation, because it really bothers me that that many people in America could be labeled as Nazis or KKK or fascists, that it's so easily we're just going to broad stroke people, with this Nazi paintbrush, but they're fighting hatred. However, they're the ones bringing the clubs and the bass and everything like that and beating the hell out of people, so, I've been asked, man, a lot of your videos, you're so damn mad. Damn right I'm fucking mad. I'm mad that, for one, that our country is seem to be reflected like this, because this shit gets put onto other countries' news as well, and that's what they see and that's what they think of us. They don't see other parts of the country where people are getting along great, and God forbid you do see a black person at a Trump rally, he's a crazy person, he's a killer or something like that. It's real sickening the way the media depicts everything. It's totally biased, and they're all hypocrites. And mostly, when we're talking about, Nazis and fascists and, KKK, when did the Democrat Party get away from the KKK? Well, let's be honest. I've heard this Trump talk about Trump's a Nazi and he's affiliated with the KKK and this and that. However, before he was political, he won awards from the Jewish sector, right? He won awards from the black community. Jesse Jackson was handing him a fucking award saying he was a great man. He's won many awards from a lot of different communities. Now he's the most racist person in America. He is Hitler. That doesn't make sense to me. However, the Democrat Party has aligned themselves with racist people. And all they do is race bait, and, they tell the black community or the Hispanic community all the stuff they want to hear, but they don't do a damn thing for them. And, there's enough evidence to back that up. If it was even remotely possible that wasn't true, I think some of those communities would look a little better by now. But I don't want to get tied down on that. But, during the election cycle, Trump was the racist. He was the KKK member. Hillary was the great woman fighting against this sexist, bigot, racist. However, she's the one who idolized Margaret Sanger, who's, I believe she's the co-founder of Planned Parenthood, or had something to do with Planned Parenthood, who's on record saying that black people were like weeds and needed to be exterminated. She's also one of the she was really close with Robert Byrd. There's many photos of her hugging him, and they attended a lot of stuff together, and she thought very highly of him. So did Bill Clinton, and he actually was a KK member. So find me some pictures of Donald Trump hugging some KKK member or a Nazi or anything like that. No, he has to disavow somebody that says they like him. However, the left doesn't have to disavow Antifa, who's bashing people in the head in the middle of our streets. We don't have to. They don't have to do that. Are you serious? Like, that's how upside down this country is, or its media is about this country. It's all a farce. It's all bullshit. All right, and the sooner that the majority of America wakes up to this nonsense, the better off we'll be. You know. Because at the end of the day, the media, the Democrat Party especially, wants to push a race war. They want to push hatred. They want to separate people. You know, like I've said before, if we fight down here at the bottom amongst each other, we'll never see what's really going on. You know, these motherfuckers are in high-rise buildings or gated communities and shit. And I don't mean just your regular gated community. I mean, they got some big-ass houses in a gated community where it's highly protected. You know, it's not that you need a parking pass. And they're getting millions of dollars telling you all the stuff that you want to hear, but they haven't helped you out yet. It's all bullshit, you know. So I don't even know why people keep putting their faith in the Democrat Party or the mainstream media. You know, if you really like to be lied to, I mean, you might want to check yourself into, you know, some doctors or something, but they'll probably lie to you too. Anyways, this Antifa group, it's a terrorist group. They come in looking like fucking ISIS on the streets. And I'm not saying that every rally that they've been to, the people that they were rallying against or protesting against were upstanding people. But at the end of the day, we have free speech, we have liberties, we have laws. If you don't stand for that, you might want to go to a country that doesn't allow that. You know, I hear North Korea is pretty strict. You know, go ahead, head over there. You know, go to some of these Middle Eastern countries. Shit, go to Germany. You know, you can't even talk about Jewish people there. But yeah, like, I have a question for, like, if there's any, like, centrist, leftists, liberals, Antifa supporters watching this, explain to me what's the end game. Say you bash every Trump supporter's skull in, so there's no more supposed Nazis. What's the end game? Then what? You fought off fascism, apparently? Or do you stop there? You start beating up Black Lives Matter because, you know, they want to take the void or something? Like, what's the end game? Besides cultural Marxism and communism. Like, I don't even think that they have a plan. Just, you know, there's probably some people at the top riling everybody up, handing out a couple checks and saying, hey, go do this. Go bash some skulls, take some pictures. Like, now they're taking pictures at people at protests, trying to get people fired for attending a rally. Like, I don't even understand that. Like, how do you get fired for attending something? You know, so if people, you know, want to boycott King's Dominion, you're going to take a picture of the people that are riding the rides and, like, this guy should be fired? It's bullshit. You should be able to stand up for what you believe in a non-violent way, non-aggression, no force, and not have to worry about it, somebody else bringing aggression, violence, and force. Like, this whole thing is, like, mind-boggling. And they expect, well, I don't think they really expect it. I think they expect the right side to finally get violent. And when they do so, they can just point the finger. But at some point, people will stand up for themselves. At a large amount, a large clip of people. You know, at these rallies, you might see 1,000 people or something like that. But at some point, you're going to push people to where their backs against the wall, and they're like, we are not going to take this anymore. You know, and then you're going to get what you want, but that doesn't solve fucking anything. That's just going to destroy everything. Well, I've said before, that's when tanks start coming down the street, and then everybody's liberties are fucking out the window. You know, but here's some of the chants that they say at these rallies, this Antifa group, you know, no Trump, what is it? No Trump, no KKK, no fascist USA. Like, that one's been around for a while, and it goes back to the hypocrisy that it doesn't really make a lot of sense. You know, is Antifa Hillary supporters? Are they that upset, or would they have fought the same way against her? You know, that's a question. Answer me that one. Would you have fought Hillary Clinton? I think she's responsible for a lot more deaths than Donald Trump. You know what I mean? And the hardships of a lot of people. Also, like, the new one now is no Trump, no wall, no USA at all. That one's just downright disgusting. You know, these people are out burning the flag, stepping on the flag, wiping their ass with the flag. Now, you know, no USA at all. So what you're saying is it doesn't matter what anyone does. You're just not going to be happy with the country. So it sounds like we need to get you the fuck out, because this is not the place you want to be. You know, you don't go to a Mexican restaurant and demand Chinese food. You just don't do it. It doesn't make any fucking sense, and you're not going to get your way. It sounds like we need to just let them know you're not going to get your way, and send them off to wherever the fuck they want to go. You know, send them to Greenland. You know, fuck it. Antarctica. Have fun down there and chill out. But, like, at the end of the day, like, I really don't understand. I really want to yell at these people, but I'm so tired of fucking yelling about Antifa. I just have a lot of questions. I would love for, like, one Antifa person that could actually speak intelligently and not call me a fucking racist and a Nazi before the conversation's even started. Let's have a fucking conversation. Tell me your goals. Tell me your plan. You know? I got a feeling within 30 seconds, you know, the conversation's going to be over and we're going to be beating the hell out of each other. But, you know, let's try to start the dialogue. You know, because that's the only way we're going to get further in society, is through communication. You know, I've talked to a lot of people, and I know a lot of people are more in the center, whether they're a little centered left, centered right. And unfortunately, a lot of the people still watch the news and believe a lot of this dumb shit. But the majority of people are appalled by what the fuck's going on, whether it's the far right or the far left. And I really think the far right is really just the old far left. You know, they're just the old Democrats fighting with the new Democrats. They don't even know who the fuck they are anymore. They've been lied to so many times. It's really sickening, you know, but you're not going to get anywhere by tearing down fucking statues and beating the hell out of people. Just doesn't work, you know. And until you can have some good dialogue and conversation and put everybody's agenda and goals out on the table and then figure out what the fuck works, you're going to be left for brains being left in the fucking street. But it's not a good thing to do. You know, that's surely not what I want. You know, I've been in enough scuffles in my life to know fighting's not fun. You know, no matter if you're the winner, you typically leave with a fucking, you know, a scar or two, a black eye, busted lip. Shit's not cool. But I don't want to go off hinged here, but this Antifa group needs to be fucking stopped. Or they need to chill out, one of the two. And then I would actually tell the right people, unless you're going to fucking Berkeley or some of these other very liberal places with a mob of people, why even show up? Why, you know, why, I'm not even saying incite it, but why put yourself in a position to where you're going to have to be running from fucking clubs? Because you know the police ain't going to help you. They stand down at every chance that they get. Well, the police don't, they get that call. It's not like they're, you know, they're willing to do that, but in those areas, that's what happens. The police get the stand down order, and so they're not allowed to fucking do anything. Go to a town that's actually going to protect your free speech. And I'm not just saying give Berkeley away, but California is damn near fucking lost, it seems like. Well, when's that Andreas line going to fall? But I don't know. I just wanted to get that out. The shit's pretty fucking new. I've been watching clips of people getting their ass kicked. There was a father and a son. Actually, that was really fucking sick. And there was a father and a son. The son was 16 years old. So technically, any Antifa member that was beating on them should go to jail for child abuse. Or whatever it is, assaulting a minor. Because you can't beat up people. You can't beat up people in general. That's assault. But when you assault a minor, it's a little worse. But, they were sitting there beating the hell out of some 16-year-old. But if you are going to go to these fucking rallies, be expecting some type of controversy. And if it doesn't, happen, great. I've always said, hope for the best, but expect the worst. Expect that some idiots are going to show up and want to fight. And don't cheer the shit on. But don't bring your kids. If you got small kids, young kids, don't bring your fucking kids. Don't do anything that's going to invoke it even more. By all means, protect yourself. So they come in with their billy clubs and shit, and you need to protect yourself. Knock somebody out, but don't go there to fight. It's really not worth it. At this point, it seems like unless you have like a small army, Berkeley is going to be overrun by Antifa and crazy liberals. I know that apparently, I think Ann Coulter and Milo is supposedly going back here soon. I don't know how the fuck that's going to work. They're going to burn the bitch down again. But I strongly suggest, if you're going to go there, be prepared for the worst. And don't bring your kids. Don't bring your fucking dogs. It's not a picnic. It's not a hangout. We're not cooking dogs and, singing Kumbaya. That's not what's going on. A lot of people are showing up there to get into some fisticuffs. So, it's not really worth it. Especially if you're going to be outnumbered. And these people don't give a shit. 20 on 1 is a good odds for them. You know what I mean? So, I'm gonna leave it at that. I really ain't got too much else to say, but like I said, Antifa's terrorists. They're hypocrites, and they really don't probably know what the end game is anyways. So if one of y'all can answer me that one, please do. Like always, subscribe, like, dislike, leave a comment. Peace.